Kahoot.
Am I live? Am I live? How are we doing here? Alexa, you wrote in there getting ready to start, right? I'm on the right one.
My God, no.
Lex, are you there?
Yep, that's the one.
That's the one. Awesome. All right. Welcome to 80's Toys from my attic, bringing the greatest toys from the greatest decade. We're doing live trivia again tonight, everybody. I got a few people in here right now. They're getting on the Kahoot as we speak. I got 4 people in the Kahoot, so that means we are missing some. We are missing a few people in the Kahoot. I got Plate Boy, Blanche, Anne-Marie, and Alexa. I don't see Stogie Guy in there anymore. So, guys,
Oh
make
my
sure
I'll
God.
become coming back in right now.
you're coming back in. Gotcha. All right, so these people are playing live. You all, hello Trace, hello Rick. We got a lot of people. Edward, my lovely. Keith
Oh
is in
my.
the house. You're all. It's free. As Chris Curry, my former student, says, free day. That's when we would play trivia. They love free days. All right.
Oh my gosh. I still.
Rick 377, welcome. All right. So I'm going to let's go over some stuff really fast. Right now, Lori's getting in the Kahoot. We're gonna give her a minute or two.
Okay,
So
yeah, go ahead because I'm still lost.
that's okay. Hey, Lori, worst case scenario, you join the YouTube and you play in the comments section. You can do that too. You can do both.
Okay,
Either
so
or.
when I the YouTube, what do I go to?
You just go to the actual YouTube link that I posted in the Facebook group, and that's
Okay.
where all these people are right now. You got Keith in
Okay.
there. You got Tommy boy. Welcome, my friend. Thank you. He's gonna give me a Kahoot. All right, so thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. I had Wendy. Wendy was here practicing earlier, guys, in the thing. She's getting ready to. Jill, Christy, explain the rules. All right, the rules are simple. If you were here last week, you already know this. I play the question, I say the question, and then I play it, and then the people here are going to compete for speed and accuracy. They're actually going for points. They're going for the coveted Facebook 80s Facebook TV belt that I will be giving out tomorrow. So the rules are pretty simple. You guys at home, you're on about a 30-second delay. So if you know the answer, just answer it and write it in the comments. You guys can keep track of yourself who's getting it first all the time. Never would have thought we'd have a free day every week when we were 21. Jack, good things happen when you get older, right? They always wanted a free day for me at school, but now they're getting it. Explain rules. Apologize for tech issues. Yeah, so just in case, if anything goes down, the Zoom went down on me for like a minute last week, and we lost out on one question. So don't get mad at me if there's a tech problem. All day long, my Wi-Fi has been kicking me right in the butt. So hopefully it keeps up. So if there's a tech problem, I got all the questions right here. So don't worry, we can make it work. And then at the end, I'm going to do a giveaway. Anybody who was on last week, I got all your names from the comments. We're going to spin that big wheel, and I'm going to do a $10 Amazon gift card giveaway. So if you're here last week, your name is on the wheel. You 2 moderators, I put you in there too because they yelled at me last time. They're on there too. They're my former students. They deserve a gift at some point, I imagine. All right, I mentioned giveaway, and number 4 says play game. So let's start this up. All right, so are you guys all in? Are you guys good? Stogie Guy, Plate Boy, everybody there? You guys are good? All right, let's get this started. Did we lose Lori? Did Lori leave here? I'm assuming. Did she leave here? I feel bad. I'm going to try and help her on the side before next week. I'll get her set up before next week. All right, so you guys are okay, though. Let's get this party started. I really wanted to move my thing. All right, whatever. All right, I'm going to read it, and then we're going to do it. Now, I made this harder than last week. It's still very doable. They're fair questions, but I did make it harder, so get ready. The first one, Cosby Show. Anybody a Cosby Show fan? Everybody's seen the Cosby Show. I started the first 5. I think the first 5 are. I think they're fair. I think they're the easiest 5 of the group. I hope so. I hope I didn't go too crazy on this. All right. On the Cosby Show, what was the name of Sandra's husband? Let me start this game up. What was the name of Sandra's husband? And hopefully, there we go. We got a bunch of Elvins in the house. Edward, first with the Elvin. Jenny, welcome. You got here. Good, good, good. Ricky's here. Jenny's here. Woody's here. Keith is here. Very good. Acres said, Jake, you're here too, buddy. You made it. Good. Loving them pudding pops. You got it, buddy. So Elvin was the correct answer. All four of you guys got it right. Guys, as in terms of guys and ladies. Mainly ladies tonight. Here's the problem. Alexa, are you letting the whole problem run? Are you doing that for? Are you?
Yeah, I'm answering at the very last
You're
second.
going to be that person. All right, cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I use
So
this.
we'll just go with I would have won.
You would have won that one.
Yeah,
Listen,
exactly.
worst case scenario, you set up Mom with that. Because last week I had my wife just logging in just so the question goes the whole time. So if you want to play, Lex, you can set up your mom with that. But if not, we're good to go like this.
Sorry.
I'm good. No, it's fine. It's fine. All right, so let's see where everybody is. Let's see who did get it first. Plate Boy is in the lead. He was the fastest on the button, but everybody very good. 902 points. So what's up next? Growing Pains. Another show everybody loved, I think. On Growing Pains, what is the occupation of Jason Seaver? Carlton. Elvin Presley. I don't think that's how it goes. Oh my God. So what was he? Was he a surgeon? Was he an architect? Was he a psychiatrist? Or was he a reporter? All four of you, very good. That's the sound of a Bud Platinum. I'm a little late on that too. All right, so psychiatrist, very good. Yeah, he was a psychiatrist. And let's see how we did after that one. And I can't see the print answers. Ugh, I should have logged in on one of these with my phone. Now, Ann, do you have two screens up? You need one screen on Kahoot and one screen on Zoom to watch the questions. The answers will only pop up on my screen. So you need to watch it on Zoom and you got to do Kahoot at the same time. A lot of psychiatrists in the house. Who got it first? I believe Edward with therapist. Yes, very good. That is, of course, an acceptable answer, but it looks like a lot of other good. Deep sea diver. I don't recall that episode. So, Ann, can I move on? Are you good? You'll have to bow out. No problem. I'm sorry, Ann. Join us on YouTube. Play like you did last week. Are you sure you can't? It's too big. Interesting. I wonder why it's looking like that on your screen. I don't know. I can't have them side by side on my laptop. The windows are too big, so you can't see the answers. Now, yeah. If you want to get on with your phone, I'm more than willing to do that too. If you want to try that, I'm just going to go to the next question. No, but it takes about 2 seconds to get on your phone if you do want to do that. All right, you guys ready for the next question? Which 80s TV show starred an actor who became a future James Bond? He became a future James Bond. All right, we got a Remington. Yep. Okay. Oh, I almost said it out loud too quickly. Woody, very good. You got it. You got it. What did Keith say? Father of a crappy pop singer. That is true too. That is true. That was the Jason Seaver question, by the way. Remington Steele, very, very good. Pierce Brosnan, obviously. GoldenEye. He was in 4 of them actually. He's very good James Bond.
I got to say that all of these choices were fun shows in their own way.
They were. Yeah, I try to give a theme to the answers, even the wrong ones, but they were all very cool. Hunter, I think out of the 4, Hunter was my favorite, though. Spencer for Hire was cool, too. And Hawk. Remember Hawk? He was cool.
Yeah. Those two were my favorites.
Those
Spencer
two were
for
my-
Hire and Hunter. Remington Steele wasn't that far behind.
Yeah. I think Heart to Heart's number 4 on my list, but yeah, I agree. Hunter was great. Dee Dee and Hunter, great show. I almost put a Hunter question on tonight. Next time. All right, the next one. Now, on Doogie Howser, MD. Oh, first of all, let's see who's in the lead. me move my screen up there. Plate Boy still in the lead, but very close with Stogie. Blanche is not too far behind either. Doogie Howser, MD. How did most? Now I said most because I didn't double check this, but I think it's all of them. How did most of the episodes end? How did most of the episodes end? Keith has a different version of Remington Steel. But Jack Spencer for hire, yeah, it's a pretty good. There's Cakes. She's in the house. Jenny's in the house. Sexton. Brian's in the house. There he is. There he is, my man. With a nuke. All right. Woody wrote diary. Absolutely, he wrote on his little computerized diary, and it was awesome. It was a great show. At the end, he would type on the computer. Some of my other choices: having a beer with his best friend Vinny, possibly. That would have been a good answer. Hanging up his doctor's white coat, not a bad answer. Or playing the piano to relax. These are all great answers. But anybody that watched Doogie Howser knows that he just had to pour his feelings out at the end of every night on his little computer.
Vinny Del Pino.
Vinny Del Pino, yes. That was the question was almost who's his best friend. I thought it was a little too easy, so I added a little bit to it. Now someone's trying to enter. I don't know how this is going to go, but I'm going to let them in. This is always a risk. Let's see where we're at after that. Is Plate Boy still in the lead? He is still in the lead. Very good. All right, number 5. We know what we do on multiples of 5. I'm slowly going to show you the picture, and then you're going to answer as soon as you know what it is. I'm going to be honest. I can't remember. I think I know what the first picture I was that it put up. What's the Kahoot pin? Oh, you can't. Jenny, you can only join the Kahoot if you join the Zoom. Otherwise, because you guys on YouTube, you guys are about 30 seconds to a minute behind, so you can't actually play the Kahoot game unless you come to Zoom. So next time, or even now, if you want to join now, you're more than welcome to join the Zoom. Come on in. We'll let you in the Kahoot. Okay, so by the way, the pin for whoever just joined, the pin is 3590256. I believe it's Amory. Oh, it says it. Amory again. Welcome back, Amory. All right, she's back in. I think she's probably on a phone this time, if I'm not crazy. Okay, let's see what this picture is going to be. I'm curious myself. Little helmet. Some sort of a dog, it appears. I appreciate that, Jack. If I ever need someone to join the Kahoot... Jack, you can join the Kahoot every week and be that guy. Plus, if you want to play... these 80s shows are strange. They certainly are, aren't they? Doogie... Keith, I'm not even going to repeat that about Doogie, but I don't remember that episode. I don't remember that episode. What's the Kahoot pin? I get the punk. Who got it first? Ricky, very good. Ricky said Punky Brewster. Woody right behind him. Chris Curry, good job. Big fan of Punky Brewster, Chris. Head of the class. No, but I wanted to put a Keith. I got a special question for you later on tonight, though. It involves a special lady we talked about with a special eye. It's coming up. Don't worry, buddy. All right, so Punky Brewster, who got it right? Okay, Plate Boy, you're still in the lead. Stogie Guy, what did you pick on that one?
I accidentally hit, I think, Alf.
Oh, Alf was a choice. I forgot I even put Alf in there. Well, I did
put... I was going for Punky Brewster, and I just hit the wrong one.
That's called misclicking. The kids get so mad during math class when they do that. They're like, I misclicked. You handled it much better than them. They bang on the desk. They get very angry. So thank you. Thank you for not throwing a fit. But
There's a reason I'm keeping my mic on mute for those mistakes. You don't hear them.
So you are doing it just privately. I appreciate that. All right, so Plate Boy in the house. Let's see the chat. I teach high school English. It happens. She wrote truth. Anne-Marie says the same thing as a teacher. Misclicking. All right, so Plate Boy just got a little bit of a better lead going on at this point, but the game has just begun, and they're going to get harder because the next 5 are a little bit harder. Wonder Years. you got to have seen the Wonder Years to know this answer. It's not just some random one. It's not like Winnie Cooper. You got to watch it a little bit, but it's still very fair. Played by Winnie Cooper's real-life sister, who was Kevin Arnold's other girlfriend in the Wonder Years? Who was Kevin's other girlfriend, played by Winnie's real-life sister? Poochie. There you go. Oh, Chris wrote it down after it was already done. Gotcha. I gotta expand the screen. I can't see the chat all that good. Man, the chat is... Oh, this is making me mad. Your chat's all cut off for some reason tonight. A little bit. Who said it in the thing? Anybody? Jenny wrote Winnie. No, that's who he did. Edward, my lovely, I believe is first. It was Becky Slater. Yeah, Becky Slater. Kimmy was obviously Full House. And then Rachel and Lisa, they were just complete names that I believe I just made them up. They were other characters on Wonder Years over the years. None of them dated Kevin Arnold, though. I made sure of that. All right, so 3 people got it right. Next. Oh, I gotta... Hold on. I got a little situation going on here. Got a situation. All right, I fixed that situation. Now let me fix this situation. All right, we're good. All right, so let me move my head. So what's the next question? Plate Boy, you're still in the lead. All right, Cheers. Watch it every night. Uh-oh, hold on a second. I don't want to hit that button. Shit, that would have been really bad. What was the name of the restaurant that's above Cheers? Right above it. What's the name of that restaurant? Melville's. Oh, I got a few of you on that one. So Pantuzzo, Colasanto. That was Coach's real last name and Coach's TV last name. And Hungry Heifer was where Norm loved to go the most. He loved the Hungry Heifer, but it was not above. It was Melville's. Melville's was the bar above it. Let's see. Who got that first? Edward. That's 2 in a row, I believe. Very good. Edward, my lovely. 2 in a row. So let's go next. And then we got some more We got Moe's. Close. They all scream Homer when he walks in. All right, so let's see who's in the lead. Ooh, Stogie Guy took the lead over Plate Boy. That was a big one. Plate Boy, what answer did you give on that one?
I had no clue. I just guessed. I forget which one I picked.
Gotcha.
The P one.
All right, Lori's coming back in. Let's see if Lori's got it under control now. Hold on.
Not only one of my favorite shows of the 80s, it's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah, easily. It's top 3 for me, easily. I go by decades. I go 70s Taxi, 80s Cheers, and 90s Seinfeld. Those are my top 3 based on decades. It's awesome. And it's on every night for an hour. What a delightful world we live in that you can still watch Cheers every night for 1 hour. All right, so that was number 7. Number 8.
I'm in, but I don't know how to answer.
You don't know how to answer. Are you in the Kahoot?
I don't know. This is Lori again. I thought I lost you guys.
Yeah, no. Did you try going to if you want to go to the YouTube channel, because they're all...
Yep, I'm on the YouTube channel, but
Are you chatting in there? Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. Sorry.
That's all right. Listen, like I told everybody, when this is done, me and you are going to work on this. So next week, you're going to be money. All right? I'm not too worried about it. But if you want to watch on the YouTube and do that, we can do that too. But I'll help you when this is all over, I promise.
Okay, thank you so much.
It's my pleasure. My pleasure. Who's Matt Holio? He's on the top 5 board. Who's Matt Holio? And Jem.
My real name is Matt Wise.
Gotcha. Thank you, Matt. Yes.
Yep.
I just added you to the list yesterday, and you're here.
You did. Yep.
Thank you for
did.
joining, and you got on
problem.
Kahoot and everything. Thank you so
Yep.
much. And who did I just see? Jenny. So you're in here. Let me know if you need help. I'm right here. I'm gonna move on to the next question, which is the A team. Mr. T plays B.A. Baracus on the A team. What nickname do the initials B.A. stand for? What does B.A. stand for? Badass, bad apple, bad attitude, or bad actor?
Badass. Oh, sorry.
Jem is it? So Jenny, are you able to get on Kahoot? Did you get on the Kahoot too? Bad attitude. So 4 people got it. 2 people put badass. Not a bad choice at all. You know what's funny though? His real name. Does anybody know Mr. T's real name or BA's real name in that show? Does anybody know the real name? I don't think I knew this. It's actually Bosco Albert. Bosco. Another Seinfeld reference. Bosco. So yeah, Bosco Albert. Who knew? I probably knew that back in 1980, whatever, but I did not know that when I looked this up the other day. I always just thought it was bad attitude. Bernard Arnold. Good guess. Not bad. Not bad. All right, let's see.
I was actually thinking that for some reason it was Bartholomew, but I just got mixed up. When you asked that question, Bartholomew jumped into my head.
You know what? Honestly, me too. Like, that makes more sense. I don't ever remember anybody calling him Bosco, but...
Elvis. Oh, I got a few of you on that one.
Oh, okay.
Pantuzo,
I think that's me.
Palisanto.
Hold on, let me mute.
That was Coach's real last
Give me
name and
one
Coach's
second, everybody.
TV last name. And Hungry Heifer was where Norm loved to go the most. That he loved the Hungry Heifer, but it was not a ball.
Okay, there we go. All right, so sorry, I had to mute you. It was playing in the background, but thanks for watching. All right, so bad attitude, good answer. Bosco Albert. Who the hell knew? All right, so let's see where we're at after that. Any changes? Stogie guy still in the lead. Jeff, you're right behind him though. Blanche, Anne-Marie again, and Matt Holio, you're on the leaderboard. Next one's V. And if you pay attention to my Facebook group, you're going to get that one right today. Right377 said Bosco Albert. That is correct. Very good. Very good. Okay, so I'm going to move on. In the miniseries V, the visitors are actually what? The visitors are actually what? Rodents, robots, reptiles, or birds? Oh, Keith, I see the little drink sign. Drink it up. Oh, Jenny, you can't get into the Kahoot? Woody first with the lizard people. I'll take that's an acceptable answer. They certainly were lizard people. They're reptiles. Jack says gremlins. Ricky GoBots. Edward reptiles. And Keith says the Ninja Turtles. You know, if they had better fighting skills, that might. He even has a turtle on the screen. Very good. So, Jenny, you can't get into the Kahoot? Go to Kahoot.it. Kahoot.it. It's real easy once you get there. Then you just type the code in. I'd love for you to play along. I think you'd like it a lot more. All right, so reptiles it was, and you saw my little post today. They ripped their face off. Reptiles. All right, so number 10, name the show. Name the show. It was a great show, wasn't it? Stogie guy still in the lead. This might be another Elliott brother win this week. I don't know. Name the show. This is going to pop up slowly. Bosom Buddies, My Two Dads, Full House, or Step by Step? Jenny's in. Good job. Good job. She's ready. All right, we got a little Paul Reiser. All right. Those are tough because some of you need to catch up, and you're probably banging that button pretty quick, and you put Full House. That looked like a nice sit-down talk with Bob Saget and a little Stamos. That looked like a nice sit-down talk, so I don't blame that picture at all. And then My Two Dads, and then Step by Step, same girl, so understandable. But it was My Two Dads. Very good, very good. Let me see the chat really fast. It's exactly what I thought it was. There you go. Yeah, you're trying to be fast. When you get students do it too. Ann knows this when you're a teacher. When the students get behind, sometimes they just, man, they got to get it quick to get those points. All right, let's see where we're at now. All right. Still in the lead, Stogie guy. My Two Dads. Who got it first? Woody, you got it first. My Two Dads, very good. We got a few Full Houses in the house. Jack says bullshit. No, I promise. That's really Full House. Alex Fulcher, hey, what's up, buddy? My Two Dads, very good. Keith, -5. Yes, it was close. -5, and My Two Dads, very good. Mia's Kate. I always say Mia. Is it Maya? I had 2 students. One was Mia. One was Maya. It's the same exact spelling. So I apologize if I'm messing that up. All right. So what's the next question going to be? Number 11. These are going to get a little tougher than the last 5. It's about the Brat Pack. They were on TV too. Which Brat Pack member had a recurring role in the first series of Facts of Life? Which Brat Pack member had a recurring role in the first season of Facts of Life? It was Molly Ringwald. She was one of the girls. Yeah, the whole first season. Edward, very good. I think you were first on that. Yeah, Molly Ringwald was. She was one of the regulars. Believe it or not. I threw Ali Sheedy, Demi Moore, and I even threw Andrew McCarthy in to try and trick you a little bit. Maybe thought he had like a Clooney type role, like he did. The internet connection's slowing me down. Internet will get you. I just hope it doesn't get me. If it gets me, we're all in big trouble. All right, so let's see where we're at after that. Looks like a lot of people got it. Very good, very good. MIA. Like, actually, I pronounce it MIA Cakes. Okay. MIA. I like that. Very nice. Missing in Action Cakes? The cake... What happened to the cakes? Do we send Rambo out on this mission? All right, so Brat Pack. It was Molly Ringwald. All right, so the next one, Family Ties question. Mallory's boyfriend Nick was an artist. What did all of his art have in common? What did all of Nick's art have in common? They all used what? Tootie, I just like saying that. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? What does Nick's art all have in common? What's the common theme of his art? Pictures of Leo. I mean, I guess it's possible. That was his secret collection. Got it. It's really Mary. Gotcha. MIA Cakes. Missing in Action Cakes. I like it. Ricky wrote fruit. Jack wrote junk. Jack, believe it or not, you are correct, sir. Yes. You might have been born much past that show, but you are correct. Alex wrote garbage. It was. Garbage would be an acceptable answer. Oh, Jack is excited. Be right back. Gotta go. Oh, the dog. Don't let the dog wait. Let's see the chat. I'm the only one that got. Don't be worried. Jem had a crush on Nick, so she's well aware of his art. Anne did not have as much of a crush on Nick, so she wasn't too familiar with his art as much. That's all right. And you put leather, which makes sense. Nick was always wearing leather. It's not a bad guess. The guy never had leather. without leather. All right, so let's see where we're at after that. Because sometimes speed will change these leaders. Still down by about 400. Jeff is down by 400. And Stogie Guy, you are still in the lead. Up next, Knight Rider. Everybody loves Knight Rider. Don't hassle the Hoff. Brian, it took me 20 minutes to sign in. That's it. I'm moving south. No, you don't have to move over this. Don't worry. So what's the next one? Knight Rider. What does KIT stand for? What does KIT stand for? KITT. All right, 3 people put Knight Industries Tactical Technology. I'm so proud of myself for coming up with that. That sounds like a legit answer. Like, that's what I would have named the car. No, it was Knight Industries 2000, though. Knight Industries 2000. Gems.
I got to tip my hat to you for the talking Trans Am answer.
I'm pretty proud of that answer, too. I didn't fool anybody with it, but I think that was a pretty good one, too. Knight Industries Talking Trans Am. Why not? Why not? Sometimes the wrong answers are the hardest to come up with. Thank you. As a teacher, you know that. Especially, it's hard to come up with wrong answers that make sense. Gutter Kings, Knight Industries. Ricky, were you first on that? Oh, there's Sean Hill. What's happening, buddy? He's not in here, but he's there watching us. Welcome, Sean. Welcome, Sean. He's usually on the show with us, cracking jokes. Now he's cracking jokes in the chat room. Very good. And he loves Trans Ams. So one day my friend Sean's gonna have a Trans Am. I know it. Ricky, text. Close enough. Cakes. Why is an action? Cakes. Let's go. Love that Trans Am. Who didn't? Who didn't? So Keith loved it. Sean's gonna get one eventually. And let's move on. What's the next? Oh, the next one's tough. I think it's kind of tough. So it's a who's the boss question. Now Harry is supposed to be here. He said he took off from work. He said, I'm going in the chat. I don't see you, Harry. But Harry K, as he's known to me on the page, he said, I have a few questions. And he has to work, so he can't show up. So I said, what's the harm? So he gave me a question, and then he says, I'm going to show up tonight. I'm like, well, you can't show up. Harry, if you're there, you're not allowed to answer this question. Okay. So Tony Maselli is a former player for what Major League Baseball team? Which of these teams did Tony Maselli play for? Harry Callis, possibly. I think he pronounces his last name Cobb. It's K-A-L-B. I always call him Harry Calb, but I think it's Harry Cobb. I think that's how he told me he pronounces it. St. Louis Cardinals, LA Dodgers, New York Yankees, or the New York Mets? Woody, you got it so fast. I think that was one of the tougher ones. I thought I knew it, and then when Harry gave me the 4 choices, I'm like, oh, okay, Cardinals. So but still, I thought it might have tricked a few people, and it did. A lot of people put Mets, which kind of makes sense. He's got a New York accent. He's all like, hey, yo, Bona. He's like that. So
I had the Reds in mind.
You know what?
For some reason.
I should have put the Reds on this.
The Cincinnati Reds is what I was thinking, and then I'm like, oh, must be Cardinals.
Right, because of the Cardinals, right? Why didn't I put Cincinnati Reds? That would have been a much better answer than...
That would have thrown me off.
That would have thrown people off. But you got it. Good. Mudville. Close enough. Mudville is what it was like working for Angela in that house. Always giving that poor guy grief. All right, so Stogie Guy still in the lead. What do we got next? Number 15. Well, that's a multiple of 5, so we know that means we're going to name that show. Okay. Oh, Lori, you're in the chat. Good. You made it. Very good. Yeah, he's wearing the uniform. And there's after I looked it up, there was a whole episode that was dedicated to Angela finding his baseball card to give him for a Christmas gift. And I remembered the episode, but I couldn't think of what the card looked like. So if you go on the internet There's actually a fake baseball card of Tony Maselli. I would love to own that, by the way. I don't know if it actually exists or they just made that for the show or Photoshop. What a great card it would be to own. Baxter's high school baseball team. Oh man, I hope he wasn't on that. He would have quit day one. That was horrible.
You got to get Macho Man's baseball card.
Yes,
He has them.
Why didn't I think of that? I know it's a great picture. I post the picture a lot, but the card.
What's his real name?
Poffo, Randy Poffo.
Yeah, I've seen the card.
Yeah. Yeah, not to be confused with Lanny Poffo, his brother. No, the better. No offense, Lanny. The better brother, Randy. Dad Angelo. I'm drawing blanks here, but yeah, that would be a great card for me to own. Maybe one day.
Yeah.
One day. All right. So name that show. You ready? These are always fun. Samantha. Exactly. Samantha. Angelar. Oh, you know Tony Danza owns that card. Without a doubt. He has it on display. I loved him in Taxi, though, by the way. He was kind of goofball in Who's the Boss, but Taxi, he was a good actor in that. They've been playing Who's the Boss marathons lately, too. I've been watching that. So Hill Street Blues, I tried to throw you off a little bit with Chips. There are obviously a bunch of cops in there, but I didn't trick anybody. You guys all got it. Let's see who got it the fastest. All right, Stogie guy, you're still in the lead. It's a little bit further now. Yeah, a little bit further. Let's see the chat really fast. Holy crap, I got kicked out of Zoom for a few seconds. Isn't that scary? Especially being a teacher. And when you're a teacher and you get kicked out of Zoom, it makes one of the students the host, and you come back and they're like in control of everything. It's horrendous. I tend to do all these or none of these. Yes, they're always good ones to screw with people. Some people put Chips. Hill Street Blues, $4 on eBay. That's it. $4 on eBay. My He-Man cars cost more than that. Chips LAPD during the '92 riots. They look pretty relaxed, Keith. They look pretty relaxed over there. All right, so what's up next? Okay, we're moving on to Miami Vice. Now, we all know Sonny Crockett. We all know Tubbs. But do we know the name of Sonny Crockett's pet alligator? Sonny Crockett's pet alligator. Woody, I got to get these cards. I never even looked. I never even thought of it. I don't know why. I always see the card and I'm like, oh, look at him. Look how cool that is. But, yeah, I got to get that card. How stupid of me. So what's this alligator's name? Elvis, Jack, Gus, or Chomp? You're rushing, and that's what you do sometimes with those ones that pop up. Jack says Gus. I haven't seen the right answer in the chat yet. Crickets. Oh, Crockett's. I was going to say crickets. I'm like, if you don't know the answer, you don't have to say crickets. You could just be quiet like crickets. But you were writing Crockett's Rocket. Good golly, Miss Molly. Chris wrote Elvis. It was Elvis. Elvis was the correct answer. So it got a little bit tougher, but not for the people playing. 4 of you got that. Excellent. Yeah, if you watch Miami Vice, you'll know this. If you're just watching a commercial here or there, you're probably not going to know Elvis. So, like I said, I made it fair, but I also made it more difficult. So let's see where we're at after that. Anne Marie, you upped it. You went all the way up to 6,600 just now. You're now in 4th. Stogie first, Plate Boy. Blanche is holding a steady 3rd, and Matt, you are in 5th, and you popped in late, so good job. All right, so let's see what's next. What do I got going on? The Hogan family. Keith, this one's for you, buddy. Let's see. On the Hogan family, who replaced the actress in this picture, you'll see her, after her character was killed off in a car accident? What actress replaced this actress after her character was killed off in a car accident? Where's the picture at? There it is. So who replaced that actress right there? The two eyeballs. There they are. What are you looking at? What are you looking at, Duncan? It was Sandy Duncan. And Keith actually brought her up the other day on the page, and it was always, it was Sandy Woody. Yep. And Jack wrote Harper. Valerie Harper was actually the woman in the picture. Due to a dispute over contract, she left, and they just killed her off in the show. They killed her off. Sandy Duncan was a fine replacement, but there was always a, hey, Dre, what's happening? She's the one in the picture. Good guess, though. It was actually called Valerie at the beginning, and they changed it over, Valerie's Hogan Family, then it became Hogan Family. But
I never watched till it became Hogan Family, as a matter of fact.
You never saw it with Valerie Harper. It was good. It kind of had a different vibe to it a little bit, but it was still really good.
Jason Bateman.
Yes, you can't go wrong with Jason Bateman. He was on a lot of these shows back in the day, even with sometimes he was just like the side character, but this one he was really, really good in. But there was always a rumor when I was younger that Sandy Duncan had a glass eye because her one eye didn't move.
Yeah, I heard that.
And there was no internet in the 80s, so when you heard stuff like this, Sandy Duncan had a glass eye. Like, there was no disputing it but now that I'm older, I actually looked it up the other day. She didn't have a glass eye. She actually had a tumor in her eye, I believe cancer. They did surgery on it, and it just didn't move anymore. So that was her eye. So here we are on Mythbusters. Sandy Duncan did not have a glass eye. You learn something new every time on 80s Toys for My Attic.
Our childhood was a lie.
Mine too. What a lie! Like, seriously, guys, we're all in our 30s, 40s, 50s at this point. Our whole lives, we thought that Sandy Duncan had a glass eye. Lies. All lies. Well, all lies. Yeah, Keith can't believe it either. He was but he was never home. He was never home. Wheat thins for everybody. Yeah, she was over there peddling wheat thins on the side. All right, let's see how we did after the Sandy Duncan question. Looks about the same. Matt, you jumped in fourth. So we have a battle going on between fourth and fifth right now. It keeps going back and forth. All right, Perfect Strangers. Everybody loved Perfect Strangers. Cousin Larry and Balky, right? Two goofballs. Just acting like idiots, really. All right, so in Perfect Strangers, where the hell's my question? Where is Balky originally from? He says it all the time in the show. So if you watch the show, I think you're going to know it. He always says, back in blank, was it Crete, Caspiar, Corfu, or Mypos? There he is, Fred. Welcome, Fred. Titus O'Neil has entered. You didn't fall, though. You didn't fall. Excellent entry. Woody, you got it first. The answer was Mypos. And Woody, you spelled it exactly how I thought it was spelled. This spelling right here, I had no idea. I always heard him saying Mepos. That's how I would have spelled it myself. Mypos. But yeah, that was his main place. Cake says her childhood is over with that revelation. Tell me about it. I've been telling people she used to swap eyes out with Sammy James Jr. for years. That doesn't sound hygienic at all. Yeah. And Alex, we were completely lied to. Completely lied to. You went out of sixth place. You can come back. Don't worry. So a lot of you said Mypos. I didn't trick anybody. So I made it harder this week, but it's not out of the realm. You guys are doing awesome, as I expected. Stogie guy's still in the lead. All right. How about a little Three's Company for you? A little Three's Company. On Three's Company, what was the name of the amorous neighbor who Furley had the hots for? What was the name of the we can call her a seductress next door who Furley had the hots for? But who'd she? She loved Jack. She had the hot for Jack, but he was not interested. He was not interested. Plus, he had to play off the whole, because he was with the girls, he had to play off he didn't like girls in the first place with Furley. But what was her name? Rhonda, Scarlett, Lana, or Paulina? Mypos. Not yet, he says. Not yet. The Regal Beagle. I almost made the question about the Regal Beagle. 5 people put Lana. It was Lana. What a great character, too. Later on, what do you put?
Still love me some Lana.
Who doesn't? What was wrong with Tripper? And you know what I read about this though. Actually, you're gonna learn something new. And then we got a Scarlet. Everybody's a little bit behind on the. We got another Rhonda. You know, I put Rhonda on purpose because it sounds like Lana. I knew that was gonna get people, and it did. Is anybody gonna put Lana yet? We got a Suzanne. We got a Scarlet. We got a Rhonda. I don't see Lana yet in the chat. So that one, I stumped a lot of people on that one. Suzanne Summers is the answer for all of them. Could have been Suzanne Summers. Maybe she made her grand return back then. But what I read is that John Ritter, he had a dispute with the writers over this. He said Jack Tripper has not turned down a woman's advance. In the entire time. He loves women. He goes after women all the time at the Regal Beagle. Why all of a sudden, because Lana's a little bit older than him, would he not date her? He didn't like it. He said it didn't make sense for his character, and I agree. John Ritter, your money.
She was sultry.
Many would say she was sultry. You know who thought she was sultry? Definitely RF. Ralph Furley. Definitely. He loved Lana. He loved Lana, all right. What in the F? I can't win tonight. You're gonna be fine, all of you. All of you guys in the YouTube chat, settle down. You're doing great. You missed a few questions. Don't worry. Nothing to get rattled over. All right, let's see where we're at after that. Stogie guy had a big thing for Lana, so I know he wasn't getting that one wrong. All right, number 20. Name that show. These are fun. These are some of my favorites. I'm going to open beer number 2 while you guys name that show. Is it Too Close for Comfort, Benson, Silver Spoons, or Different Strokes? You know, Keith, it's so weird. Jack Tripper, I did, as a little kid watching it, you saw him at the beginning. He sees the girl, he falls right off the damn bike, right? Then he's tripping over the couch. I thought maybe it could be why they call him Tripper. Who the hell knew? Rest in peace, indeed. He was awesome. John Ritter is one, especially sitcoms. He's one of the best sitcom actors. Like I rewatched them, and it's just he's unbelievable with his timing. Different Strokes, Too Close for Comfort, Silver Spoons, a lot of Silver Spoons in the answers, and Silver Spoons was correct. I was so busy talking to the chat, I forgot what I put as the answer, but it was Silver Spoons. The Wrecker. Everybody knows the Wrecker. What you talking about, Ricky Schroeder? Spoons at the shoulder. What you talking about, Ricky Schroeder? Oh my God. So let's check the chat really fast here. Zoom is frozen. Oh no. Are you guys all right? Is it frozen for everybody, or are you guys okay?
No, it's fine.
Okay, cool. As long as it's
okay.
I'm so sorry when it happens to you guys. But as long as it doesn't happen to me. Oh, you're okay. You're good. Yeah. If it happens to me, then we all get screwed. So I do apologize. I was the clumsiest guy ever. Great in Bad Santa too. Yeah, he was great. Great actor. All right, so let's see where we're at after that. Stogie guy's still in the lead. Has a strong lead. But we're moving on to the toughest 5 questions of the night. Now, this next question, I just learned it probably like a week or 2 ago. My wife watches Golden Girls religiously. When I come up to go to bed or whatever, if she's watching TV, it's either like a Home Improvement or some sort of Love It or Listed, whatever, or it's Golden Girls. No, that's not true. Big Bang or Friends is a big for her too. But Golden Girls is on a hell of a lot. And I learned a very interesting thing about a week ago, and it's this. Which Golden Girl owned the house that they all live in? What Golden Girl owns the actual house that they all live in? I never thought about it. I thought they all just rent it together. I had no idea. Brian, I have a cat named Benson too. Golden Girls, now we're talking.
I think I already got that wrong.
All right. When you showed up,
did.
and when you showed up as Blanche tonight, I was like, uh-oh. I'm like, there's a question where the answer's Blanche. But you nailed it. So I kind of tried to play it off the best I could. But great name for tonight, and you nailed it. I can name the episode just as soon as I see the clothes they have, or when the episode starts. Oh, with Golden Girls, it's that good, right? That's how I try to do that with Brady Bunch. Actually, that's the show where I like to name the episode in like the first 5 seconds, and I've seen all these a billion times. But Golden Girls, I've seen them, but I never knew who owned the damn house. It was Blanche. And if I had to guess, I always kind of thought it was Sophia, and she kind of let her daughter live with her, and then her friends just kind of popped in. I never thought of it being.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, right. I would have thought Sophia. She's the oldest, probably has the best credit rating out of all of them to own the house. But it was actually Blanche. And
the only reason I picked Blanche is because I knew she was rich.
That's great deductive reasoning right there. I love it, and that you're right. Because she could afford it. She had all the fancy clothes. She obviously ran some sort of a weird escort service that she never truly admitted to. But Edward wrote Blanche first. Very good. Lots of Blanches, though. Good job. Dolly Parton. No, not on that episode. Not yet. Not yet. Total guest, never watched the show. It really is a great show. It's funny as hell. She was financially well-off hussy. She was a financially well... I couldn't describe her any better. But yeah, it was actually Blanche. I thought that was pretty interesting. And I didn't know that until about a week or so ago.
I took a quick guess at Rose because I figured why would anybody live with Rose unless it was her house?
That's deductive reasoning too. That's not a bad guess at all, thinking Rose, because she can be very annoying, and it doesn't make sense. Good old Betty White. Her initials in the show are Bed, B-E-D. I didn't realize that. Yeah, interesting. I didn't know her middle. That's interesting. Jesus, God, she's really playing up the part, huh? So yeah, GILF. GILFs. He's talking about GILFs. Keith, I don't know what that stands for. God, hell. I think Blanche does though. All right, so moving on. Let's see where we're at now. Stogie guy's still in the lead. You like soap operas, everybody? Anybody watch some soap operas in the 80s? This is where I'm going to start kicking you guys in the ass with 80s television trivia that you might not know. But I love this soap opera. I watched it with my mom every day. And when we got a VCR where we finally recorded shit, when I could put a timer and we figured it out, I could go to school, she could go to work, we watched this all the time when we got home. This and one more that came on after it. But that timer was great though. I used to be obsessed with like TV so much. I used to record. I used to time it to record. Remember Amazing Discoveries, the infomercial that came on at like 2 a.m? Holy I love that shit. Did you guys watch that at all? Do you remember Amazing Discoveries?
I did.
They had this car wax product called Ori. They put it on the car, and then they lit the car on fire. They lit that shit on fire on an infomercial right on there.
I remember that.
Yeah, you remember that part?
Yeah.
And then the host is like, "Oh my God, who gave me this guy?" And the guy's like, "Don't worry, mate." And he's like wiping it off and everything. I love infomercials. But back to soap operas. I love soap operas too. They tell a hell of a story. Name this soap opera. What is this soap opera? This was my favorite one. I think this was the best one. Only with your grandma. You know what's funny? Cakes, the fact that you wrote that. When my grandma babysat me when I was really little, Edward, good answer. Good answer to Edward. When my grandma babysat me, I was really little. When the hourglass came on, I went out like a light. I just passed out. That was my cue that it was time to go to sleep. That, like, sands through the hourglass, and I'm out. That was it for me. That was it. But look at all you guys that got it. Extra points. I see it in the chat already. If you're not looking at the YouTube, you guys know who they are in the picture? You guys know who they are?
Luke and Lisa, maybe?
I think you're thinking of Luke and Laura from...
Luke and Laura. Who knows?
Yeah.
Kayla and Patch.
Patch and I can't remember that.
It's Patch and Kayla. You got Kayla, Brady, and Patch. What a cool couple back in the day. What did Keith write? Patch of Day. Keith knows Patch. All right, so I'm not the only person watching Patch and Kayla at this point. What a great show. And then after that was Another World. That's what I watched after that. They had the Sin City Stalker, and like that type of shit. Like you had the Salem Strangler too. Like they threw in shit like that for Days of Our Lives because they wanted to track people like me. Because I'm a kid watching G.I. Joe, and I'm like, wait a second, there's a serial killer on this show. This is a whodunit. I'm in. And I started watching it. I love that shit. All right, so that's 22. We got 3 more questions. This one's tough. It's one of the most famous finales, I would say, in the history because it was so outlandish. It was so strange, but I think it's kind of cool. Let me check the chat in here really fast. Kayla and Patch, Blanche Elizabeth Devereaux. There you go. And Jem, you know Kayla and Patch. You know them. All right, so this is a good one. What finale revealed that the entire show had been created in the imagination of a young boy looking into a snow globe? The show ended with this kid looking into a snow globe, and it turned out he imagined the entire show. That's wild stuff. Eat your heart out, Sopranos ending, right? You blame your mom? Me too, Keith. We loved them shows. Loved them. This is a good question. One of the most, and I didn't watch this show. I just know what the ending is because I heard so much about it growing up or whatever. But I never watched this show, if I'm being honest. Edward and Fred nailed it. Rise of Sky. Woody, I can't even tell you how much I wish the Rise of Skywalker really was a kid just dreaming that it happened in a snow globe so we could erase all of it. Oh my God. What a great, listen, George Lucas, if you can come back right now and start doing Star Wars Episode 10, if you can start it off that the kid's looking in a snow globe of a galaxy, I'm back, baby. I'm back. All right, so 3 of you put Saint Elsewhere. Very good. Yeah, it was, what a strange way to end a show like that. Yeah,
I just got to give a quick shout out to DJ Elliott, Big Brother Frog, because it's because of him that I know the ending to that.
How come? He told you one day how?
Yeah, he knew it. That was one of his favorite shows. I never watched it much, but we actually talk about that ending, and he's spoken about that ending quite a few times.
We'll give him props tomorrow. When I put the belt on you, it's going to be close. So you got a couple more questions left. You can give.
You're doing Newhart. The Newhart ending was the one I was expecting you to say.
Oh, Newhart's fantastic. He wakes up, and for those of you who don't watch Newhart, somebody wrote it in the chat. I think somebody wrote Newhart in the chat too. That's a great guess because he actually woke up with his wife from the 70s Newhart next to him, and it was all just a dream. Another great ending. Yeah, that was a good one, and I love both Newharts. I loved, Daryl. That was a great, and the original one where he's the psychiatrist, great too. Great shows. And Jem, you actually brought up something. I think the guy that had the snow globe was Chad Allen. It was Chad Allen. Isn't that crazy? Chad Allen
I think he was supposed to be autistic.
Yes,
he was. Yes.
Exactly. It was a young autistic boy looking into a snow globe. But Chad Allen was. I don't know if you guys remember the show Our House.
Yes.
With Deidre Hall. Speaking of Days of Our Lives, she was in it too. Another great show.
Oh,
my mom and I
and
watched.
Dr. Quinn. He was on Dr. Quinn.
He was in Dr. Quinn too. Absolutely. What else was he in? He was oh my God, he was the boy in. Was it My Two Dads?
I remember Chad Allen.
Was he in My Two Dads also?
He should have been a bigger star.
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, he was good. Chad Allen was good. So anyway, he was in Our House, and Our House was pretty cool because when they went to commercials, there was a little jigsaw puzzle they filled in of the house, and you never knew what the next piece would be. My mom and I used to bet on what the next one would be, and we'd be like, "It's going to be Chad Allen," and it would be like, or it would be, Wilford Brimley's face popping up instead. We're like, "Oh, so close, so close." But yeah, that was a diabetes. There, I say Wilford Brimley.
Diabetes.
Keith says diabetes. Keith, you're going to see this about 30 seconds
Diabetes.
later. Diabetes. Yep.
I got the diabetes.
Yeah, so Chad Allen, good catch on that, Jem. You're absolutely right. That's who it was. All right, the next question. This is the most famous question that was asked in all of 80s television, unless you want to count Where's the Beef in the commercial. Who shot JR? Who shot him? Everybody knows the question. Do you know what the answer is, though? I went a little easy on you here. I didn't put names.
It's Maggie.
I couldn't get a more current pick of JR, by the way. This is like JR in the year 2035 when he's cryogenically frozen. It was his sister-in-law. So Kristen Shepard was her name on the show. But let's see, who shot Mr. Burns? Another great question of the 90s. That was a good one. That was a good one, yeah. Jack Callie's sister-in-law, you're right. Edward My Lovely said the wife, that was Sue Ellen. No, but close. And here's Eric Clapton. No, he shot the sheriff. He didn't shoot the Ewing. He didn't shoot the Ewing. But
Or the deputy.
Or the deputy. He didn't shoot the rich businessman or the deputy, it turns out. But they actually, the more I read about this, so I knew it was his sister-in-law, but I didn't know that so much went into it. They actually had odds in Vegas that you could bet on. And Sue Ellen, the wife, was actually, I think she was the best odds for it to happen. But her younger sister, Kristen Shepard, in the show, she was a little wild, and she ended up shooting him. But also other people, I put down the business partner, that was Vaughn, and then the wife's former lover, that was Dusty. That was their real names. But I tried to trick you with some of those other ones. Sister-in-law was the answer, though. Good job.
You got
guys.
me with business partner.
You know,
Dallas is like 16 candles to me.
Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. And I wasn't a big Dallas fan either, but I knew who shot JR. I was actually a Dynasty fan. I loved Dynasty growing up. I thought that was a great show. The Blake Carrington.
Were they the Carringtons?
Blake Carrington. Yes. Versus Alexis, and all of it was so good. It was like pro wrestling, but without. Well, there were some cat fights in Dynasty, actually, wasn't there? They ended up in the pool the one time. Remember that cat fight? So that was pretty good. Joan Collins was fantastic in it. So who shot JR was that one. The next question, we only got one left, and you know what it's going to be. It's going to be name that show. That's how I like to end it. So I'm going to be honest. I don't remember what I put here. I don't remember what show. I should have put it on the paper. But here you go. Isn't the wife's former lover the same person? Keith, I don't know what version of Dallas you want. I think you're thinking of that Remington Steele DVD you rented one time. I think, or something on Cinemax After Dark or something. I don't know, but I'm gonna give you a right answer for that, Keith, for creativity. Here we go. Name that show, baby. Brian Sexton says you can find my PC on Route 130 because of the answer. Oh, my friend's throwing his computer out on 130 because of the answers he put. So we got a DuckTales, we got an Alf. Oh, Keith's telling me a drink. I cannot eat. When Keith puts up the beer, I have to drink. That's the rules. And you know what? We told you not to abuse that last week. Feel free. That was Webster. Oh, look, I put Newhart there. I can't put... Man, I'm almost sad that we talked about the Newhart ending because that's a great question. I'm going to use that in a couple months from now. Hopefully we all forgot we had this conversation. Who does Newhart wake up next to? You're going to say Plachette, right? Suzanne Plachette, I believe, was his original wife's name. That's going to be the answer. So tune in. Spoiler alert. Okay, so let's see where we ended up. That was Webster. I tried to trick you a little bit. It looked almost like the Roseanne table, I thought. That's why I put Roseanne on there. But
that's what I first thought it was.
Yeah, didn't it look like Roseanne? I thought it did too. And then Newhart. I guess. I'm trying to think. Newhart with the log cabin. Could have been where they were eating. Could have been Daryl. Or Larry.
Or his other brother.
Or the other brother, Larry. Daryl. All right, so 4 people got it. Let's see where we ended up. Who got that one first? We got a Roseanne, but Woody ended up getting it first with Webster. Stogie Guy. We have another Elliott brother with a belt. Good job, Jeff. Yep, he won again. You get the brag tomorrow.
But just one point.
By just 1 point. And you know, one question is the only difference between the two of you. Jeff, what was the question that separated you? Do you remember?
Who knows? I don't remember.
It's been a long hour. But no, great job again. And Stogie Guy, guess what? You get a belt tomorrow, and I also give you a badge. and you're now going to be known as a group expert. What do you-
Okay, all I gotta say is respect my authority.
That's right. I expect you to throw the power around. So let's check the chat here really fast. Good job, everyone. So now you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to spin that big old wheel, and we're going to give away a $10 gift card. I put everybody's name on it that was here last week. Can you guys see the wheel? Is the wheel in your view?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. Let me look at this chat really fast. It's still full house. It was the restaurant question. Melville's. Jack, thanks for paying attention, buddy. That's what got you, Jeff. The Melville's.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
The cheers question.
Yeah, I think you put Hungry Heifer, maybe.
No, I picked the other one, Paladino or something like that. I
Oh,
don't know.
Pantuzzo's. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Those Frog Brothers have all the comics. Yeah, you guys got everything. They have that whole comic book store. You can't imagine them not losing. So these are people that were here last week. So I'm going to do a spin, see how it goes. So if you're not on here, but you're here tonight, I'll put you on next week, and we'll do it then. So let's see how this goes. You ready to spin? I'm ready to spin. Ring. Oh my God! It's my longest friend of all time, Sexton. I've known him since I was 2. But you know what? That's good that he's getting it. You know why? Because he didn't get an answer right tonight, and he threw his computer out on Route 130, which is one of the most dangerous highways in all the land. So Sexton, you're the big winner this week, and you know what makes it really easy? I don't have to mail it to you. I don't have to do anything. I can just hand this. I can hand you $10 and say, hey, go buy something nice tonight, will you? That's what I'll say to him. But great job, everybody. But if you didn't win tonight, I'm gonna put you on the wheel for next week. If whoever's here tonight, I'm gonna put you on the wheel next week. So show up next week. You know what we're doing next week? Does anybody know what we're doing next week? 80's music. How well do we know 80's music? At all? Do we know it at all? I don't even know. But that's what we're going to be doing. So let me close this out. Let me go back to here. And so guys, all of you that actually joined, thank you so much. I know it was kind of a struggle a little bit with some of you getting the Kahoot and everything working. Who knows? Fred wrote Sexy Boy. Yeah, Sexton. Sexy Boy won tonight. But thank you, everybody, and people at home. And do me a favor. I really, if you were in the Zoom, if you could play this, if you weren't able to watch the YouTube, if you could play it after this just so I can get the hours, I would appreciate it. Or like I said last week, you guys can really help me if you just hit playlist, which is like 9 episodes, and just go to bed. You don't have to listen to me. I'm not too proud to beg people. Just hit playlist, go to hell to bed, and mute me. You don't have to listen to me. Let's see if you saw them already. But yeah, so but seriously though, if you were in the YouTube, thank you for joining tonight. The chat is always fantastic. You guys did a great job. But if you weren't in the YouTube, at least get me that hour. I appreciate it. Not that well. Jack and Chris, you guys love 80's music. So next week, Michael Jackson, Madonna, Huey Lewis. You got 4 right already, Keith. You nailed it. All right, guys. So I'm going to take off. I'm going to go relax and play some video games for a couple hours and drink some beer. You guys have been great as always. Thank you for coming out and supporting everything. I had a great time, and I hope you had a great time too. I hope they weren't too hard. Were they too hard this time?
No, it was perfect.
Nah, lots of fun.
I loved it.
Lots of fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sorry I got in late. But
Matt,
we'll get in.
Matt,
we'll get
no,
out
it's
time
fun.
next week.
Yeah, if anything, who knows? You could have been champion. Maybe next week, buddy.
Sounds good.
You can dethrone these guys. But no. So are you guys? Are you going to come back for 80's music? Do you like 80's music? Or should I just do movies every goddamn week?
Music's cool.
Let's do music next week, and then we'll take a step back. We'll say, hey, bone up on my hockey. I better hook that up. But what's that, Jem? You cut out a little bit. Oh, I lost you. All right, but yeah, so let me see the chat. 78 here. I have useless knowledge. Excellent. I'm going to listen to all 80's all week. That is research. That's excellent research.
No, I said I'm up with 80's music.
You are. Perfect. So, and Jem, you came into the Kahoot late. Who knows where you might have been if you came in earlier. So next week, and this is a learning process. Once you do the Kahoot once, it's so easy. So once you get in here, you guys are all going to nail it next week. So I look forward to seeing all of you, and I look forward to seeing all of you in the chat too, because I love reading the chat throughout. You guys make it fun for me all night. So have a good night. And do you guys need anything else from me? Am I free to go?
Yeah.
Am I,
Good night.
I should just leave. All right, guys.
Good night,
have a good night.
guys.
Thank you
See you
so
next
much.
week.
I'll see you tomorrow in the Facebook group.